Welcome back, guys. Guys and gals, it's actually been a little while. Again, I'm not lazy. I got burnt out this time. Trying to come up with things to build for this. Uh, I have a few projects that I'm still working on, and I will probably be working on for quite a while. Um, Started with the Cobra. It does not fly, and then I gave up on this thing, as you as you can see. I tried a whole lot to get this to fly. I'm working on a new blade system, which will actually be entirely original. If I do get it to work, I'll show you what it is. It's really weird how it works, but it's kind of working, kind of not. It's entirely new, as far as I can tell from what I've seen. So yeah, the Cobra didn't work. I got burnt out, gave up on that. Um, then I went back to my Bach TSR2. This, of course, you have not seen. This is the first time you're seeing this. I've actually been working on making a Bach TSR2 for about a year and a half now, maybe even 2. And I finally got it with a very accurate cabin. I'm really pleased with how this came out. This is so satisfying to look at. Yeah. And all I did was I put landing gear on it. Yep, that's all I did. I put landing gear on it. I looked at it and said, yep, this is gonna take too long. Stop working on this. I will be coming back to this. You'll probably see this in a few months. At the least. The most, a lot. Anyways, and then I actually made this, which I'm very pleased about. It is it's a tutorial aircraft. You'll actually see this probably in the next video, most likely. I won't fly it, just not to spoil anything, but I saw a bunch of people complaining, not really complaining, I wouldn't say complaining, more like gesturing to the fact that they didn't know how to use motor 2s or motor locking or tricks to motor locking to make more efficient, more nice looking builds. Which is what I decided to do a video on, using this little flight trainer that I designed. I'm especially proud of the paint job, actually. It's simple, I know, but it actually doesn't look bad. I tried to keep the block count as minimalistic as possible, because that only comes with 112 blocks, so it's actually pretty small. Then I made this little thing, this hover thing. It doesn't actually have a name, and it won't. I just designed this for testing hovering, because I plan on making an F-35C in the future, and this is going to help me do that, despite looking like a guppy, a fish, if you will. But before I actually get on to the video, however, which you came here to see, which is this right here, let me just explain how I do what it is that I do. I actually use War Thunder, and I use War Thunder a lot. Mostly because you can do, not that, this. So I can see the general scale of the pilot to the rest of the aircraft, giving me a good idea of what I want. If you don't play War Thunder, I wouldn't say I recommend it. It's kind of a special game. It needs a lot of help currently, but I find it enjoyable. If you do, however, know about War Thunder, then you know their biggest mistake was decompressing, or the BR compression update, which was complete garbage. And they gave us this thing in return. That's right, the F3H-2 Demon. And yes, this is what I used War Thunder to get a fairly accurate representation. Mine is still by far not, mine's off by a lot. But you gotta take into consideration that it's very unforgiving. Roblox, that is. So So, if by any chance you want to know how to do anything, I mean, you don't even have to have a vehicle to open it like I did. You can go to anything and just go, oh, I want to, I've seen these a lot HOs, Hortons. You just go to preview, you go to X-ray, and there's your scale. Mind you, this would be practically impossible to make in playing crazy, but there you go. Now, anyways, back to what you guys actually wanted to see, which is this right here. Does not have any missiles. I didn't feel like putting any on, even if they were dummy. Oh yeah, as I was saying, I lost my train of thought for a bit. Motor 2s. This is what I was going to make tutorials for. Motor 2 flaps, if you will. But anyways, let's get on to it, shall we? Whoa, whoa, whoa. It's just a little bit nose heavy, but that's about all there is to it. It's also a little wobbly, but only because of the positions of the super rockets, or super rocket engines. If I'd been able to position them a little bit better, I might be able to get rid of that wobble, but alas, this game is heavily unforgiving, and I ran out of space for them, so they're kind of all cramped. Yeah, forgive my flying right there. We'll just pretend that didn't happen. Okay. There was a lot of things about this I didn't really like. I almost stopped building this as well. But I corrected the nose right here. The underneath the nose, the fuselage underneath the nose, whatever you'll call it. There, as you notice, there's like next to no intake. Just that, and that is the intake. That was the main thing killing me for this build. That and the cockpit, which if you notice is actually bubble shaped. That's the one thing I wanted this to have the most. Bubble. Which it does. You'll also notice that there is nothing for the front landing gear. And that's because I was too lazy to actually put anything in there. Too lazy, and I was getting kind of tired building this anyways. Some notable features I would say is I did actually manage to squeeze 2 guns in there. The real one had 2 20mm. Well, the first version actually had 4 20mm. The one I built, the Dash 2, has only 2 20mm autocannons to save weight. Which you can see there are 2 guns on each side to simulate 20s. There are, of course, pylons for missiles, rockets, bombs. Oh, and one of the cooler things, I think, is the is this right here for the United States Navy, or yeah. This, it's not the best. It's really just a disconnector and 2 1x1 signs. Not the best, but minimalistic sometimes is better than overcomplicated. In terms of handling, it's actually really fun to fly. I did not think it'd be this much fun. This is my first accurate modern jet, aside from my first video, which was my FA-18E Super Hornet. This is miles more advanced than that, but also handles much better in terms of flyability and maneuverability. Yep, crash number 2. I'm not really doing this thing justice. This is a really fun aircraft to fly. Well, let me know what you think about this. Anything you would have done different, just let me know. I do actually think I want to do a tutorial on this. Like, I really want to do a tutorial on this. Because this is not, it's not something that I would build just to show off to people. This really seems like something people could have fun with. It is, however, quite a few blocks. Now, I do gotta go. I am out of time. So, 561 blocks. I am out of time, so I can't do any more with this. Anything you dislike about it, anything you would do different, just let me know, because I'm always willing to improve. I will often look at other people's videos to see shape, characteristics, what makes them unique. What did they do to theirs to get that shape? I'm not copying, I'm taking, I don't copy. I find copying extremely annoying. I see people do it to some of my things sometimes and it just annoys me. But I don't blame them, you know, you see something nice, what else is there to do other than want people to fly that thing? Anyways, I would really recommend getting War Thunder, or at least giving it a shot, and if not, maybe just even get it for building, because this is my trick. I use War Thunder to scale things. Now, if it is, however, like my Sikorsky UH-60 Blackhawk, that was I had to pull a lot of schematics and blueprints for that, and dimensions to actually find how big it was and whatnot. It wasn't too difficult, but I'm just gonna stick to War Thunder for now. Anyways, guys, it's been nice seeing you again, or not really seeing you, but whatever, you know. And I'm out.